Say
It's a morning flow. King.
Bemufaso kumbona isoni mu maso kubara urukundo rutemba mu maraso. Oh yeah, ntugire isoni ntiwaba bwitura nkoze icyo ushaka cyose. Kubaho nagufise bisaba gukomeza umutima for real. Yeah. Iyo nabirege ziracika kubera urukundo nagukunda. Bishimira wewe sitaweza nakumira kurusha uko byibaza nakubona hafi jewe naco bombasa urabasa. Uru rukundo rusonyica naco mfise ndaguhisha japo ry'amasingowe kandi agatiye sinironka.
Uru rukundo rusonyica naco mfise nkiguhisha japo ry'amasingowe kandi agatiye sinironka.
Erega urukundo ruzonyica erega mubuze ndapanika ndagukunda sana ibi ntibikigamana iyo uzoja hose tuzocana.
Erega urukundo ruzonyica erega mubuze ndapanika ndagukunda sana ibi ntibikigamana iyo uzoja hose tuzocana. Yo baby don't stop ushobora kumeza kandi utanavuze. Oh gosh sinzi uko nabaho jewe ndakubuze ntubone nk'igihema. Erega indani je suis morte vivante ariko biri beta upfira iwawe je ndabiprefera. Come be closer, slow down. Fata wikorompa uru rukundo rusonyica naco mfise nkiguhisha njako ry'amasingohe kandi agatiyo sinkironka.
Urukundo rusonyica naco mfise ndaguhisha japo ry'amasingohe kandi agatiyo sinkironka. Erega urukundo ruzonyica erega mubuze ndapanika ndagukunda sana ibi ntibikigamana iyo uzoja hose tuzocana.
Erega urukundo ruzonyica erega mubuze ndapanika ndagukunda sana ibi ntibikigamana iyo uzoja hose tuzocana. King.
Hamas. Ogishingwa cyo kwihebura
washize indirimbo sha mu gishingo cy'ikiganiro, wahashize umunezero, abahora bariko bararira ubu bariko baratwenga, bazanye indirimbo zishimye, baterana impundu nyinshi mu gishingo cyo kwihebura, washize indirimbo nsha mu gishingo cy'ikiganiro, washize umunezero, abahora bariko bararira, mana we bariko baratwenga, bazanye indirimbo zishimye, baterana impundu, bavuga bati uri mana we, uri mana y'akandi karyo, uri mana ihindura ibihe, abatabizi nibaze ndababwire, ingene wanyiyeretse, iyo uri mana we, uri mana y'akandi karyo, uri mana we, uri mana ihindura ibihe, abatabizi nibaze ndababwire, ingene wanyiyeretse, aho nari nk'amagufa, aho nari nk'amagufa yumye, wasubije n'ubuzima, aho nari hebuye, wasubije b'inkomezi, aho nahora ndiko ndarira, uruzuye ibitwe ngatwenge, nzanye indirimbo zishimye, aho nari nk'amagufa, aho nari nk'amagufa yumye, mana we wasubije n'ubuzima, iyo aho nari hebuye, wasubije b'inkomezi, aho nahora ndiko ndarira, uruzuye ibitwe ngatwenge, nzanye indirimbo zishimye, iyo tera we tusi uri mana we, uri mana y'akandi karyo, uri mana ihindura ibihe, abatabizi nibaze ndababwire, ingene wanyiyeretse, iyo uri mana we, uri mana y'akandi karyo, uri mana we, uri mana ihindura ibihe, abatabizi nibaze ndababwire, mana we, iyo uri mana we, uri mana y'akandi karyo, uri mana ihindura ibihe, abatabizi nibaze ndababwire, ingene wanyiyeretse, mana uri mwiza, ukora ku cavu, uhindura ibihe, ukunda n'abaswe, bari barahebwe, urabiyegereza, mana uri mwiza, mana uri mwiza, ukora ku cavu, uhindura ibihe, ukunda n'abaswe, bari barahebwe, urabiyegereza, mana uri mwiza, mana uri mwiza, ukura ku cavu, uhindura ibihe, ukunda n'abaswe, bari barahebwe, urabiyegereza, mana uri mwiza, mana uri mwiza, ukura ku cavu, uhindura ibihe, ukunda n'abaswe, bari barahebwe, urabiyegereza, mana uri mwiza, uri mana y'akandi karyo, 우리 많이 힘들기 One, two, three, four. 우리만 약하기 과도 우리만이 힘들기 아마타비시 You got the way Yeah, 우리만 the way 우리만 약하기 과도 우리만이 힘들기 I get it. One, two, three, go!
Thank you so much for such a warm welcome. Congratulations for everyone who chose to be here today, because it's a choice. And on behalf of everyone who walked this stage, I will represent and I want to give you and leave you a message, a short message, that this is what I want you to remember from this day, at least something very special and profound. I believe that every one of you has its own dream and big dreams, and this is what this qualification Sapphire Manager meant for me. It was a dream and I achieved it, and everyone who walked the stage also had this big dream, and it's a representation that big dreams can happen. So I want to leave a message, a quote. The man said, "I don't believe until I see it." But God says, you won't see it until you believe it. So I want to repeat it again, and please remember, this is the best highlight of the day. The man said, I don't believe until I see it. But God says, you won't see it, you will not see it until you believe it. So this is how my journey began. I didn't see any clear proof that I will succeed. I didn't see any evidence, any guarantees, but I chose to believe. I really chose. It was a choice. And every day I chose to believe that I can learn, that I can build, that I can grow. And this is the message that I want to leave you. Don't wait to see the success. Don't wait to see it until you believe it. So start believing now, and even though the evidence is small, start believing now. And one day, somebody will say, wow, she's a very lucky woman, or he is a very lucky man. But you will know that this is not luck. This is belief plus action. So I wish you all to have the courage to believe before you see it. And of course, remember, no one does it like you. So I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's hear it again from Marina. Wow. Believe it.
Believe it.
You see what happens. You see what happens. Wow. You know, Oda, you're a mother.
Yeah.
Marina has 9 children. How does she find time to build a business? What do you think?
I think as a mother myself, it doesn't matter how many kids you have, but if you've got a big why, they are the reason why you are doing the business. So if you've got a big why, you'll be able to do it. You can become anything as long as you believe and you put in the action, she said.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You can definitely feel her passion. And I think the passion is what takes us to the next level and really helps us kind of power us to where we want to go.
Absolutely.
You know, as I think about our next speaker, talk about passion. Our next speaker actually has a passion for fashion.
Oh, wow.
You got to see some of that passion the other night at our qualifiers dinner, but she also is very passionate about the Rexmon Forever Giving Foundation. You know, we reach across the globe and have many opportunities to give. And she's actually going to come up here and talk a little bit about what Forever Giving is doing, but most importantly, also what we can do to give back.
Yeah.
So let's welcome none other, a very special guest, Greg's daughter, Sierra Mon.
Let's give it up for Sierra Mon!
How are you guys? Everybody liking Paris? It's all right, right? It's amazing, no? So this year is a very special year for us at the Rexmon Forever Giving Foundation because we are celebrating 15 years of giving back. Is that amazing? It's already been 15 years. Can you believe that? So we have an amazing organization here that we're going to support that's local to Paris. But before we dive in, I just want to take a quick look back at what we've been able to accomplish together since Forever Giving was founded by Rexmon 15 years ago. Oops. Let's see if I can make this work. Okay, starting in 2010. Our first project was in Uganda, and that happened at the Denver Super Rally in 2010, where we raised almost $80,000 for these special insecticide-treated mosquito nets. And our very own Gary Shreve led a group of FBOs through the slums of Kampala to give them to the people who needed them most. The following year, the first Aloe Baby was introduced, and sales helped to fund relief efforts for people who were impacted by the tsunami that happened in Japan. Ever since then, we all know that the Aloe Baby has been a symbol of hope and giving. In 2012, we partnered with the Red Cross to help with relief efforts during Hurricane Sandy, and we also partnered with Forever Living Products to send the supplies that we needed directly to New York to people who were affected by the hurricane. In 2013, the Philippines saw one of the worst typhoons they had in many years, and the damage was absolutely catastrophic, so we got involved to help by partnering again with the Red Cross to help fund relief efforts. In 2014, at the rally in London, we partnered with this amazing organization called Whiz Kids, who helps children receive wheelchairs so that they can live and play more independently. I hear the UK out there. There we are. In 2015, we started our first global partnership with Rise Against Hunger by setting a goal to fund and pack 1 million meals, which would go on to benefit many children in countries around the world. You guys stepped up again in 2016, and you helped us fill an entire semi-truck of donations for a village in Africa. We were able to take those to the Johannesburg rally and give them directly to the people who needed them most. In 2017, not only had we accomplished our goal to pack 1 million meals, but we had already almost packed 2 million meals, so we thought we could do more. So we ended up setting a higher goal that we were going to pack 5 million meals by 2020. The next year, we were supported by Forever Scandinavia. We made a contribution to Project Playground, which was an organization working in South Africa and Sweden to create safe spaces for children to play and learn. And then, in 2019, we helped fund packed lunches for children in Arizona facing food insecurity. In 2020, we reached our goal to pack. In 2020, we reached our goal to pack 5 million meals over 5 years, which was a huge accomplishment, and it was made possible by over 17,000 volunteers from our Forever family. The following year, we made contributions to the Samaritan Inn in Texas, and they were able to provide shelter and housing and jobs to the unhoused, which this was during COVID, so this was an especially important resource at that time. Once 2022 came around, we all began traveling again, and we were able to come together in Cancun at the Eagle Manager Retreat, and volunteers helped to pack 1,000 backpacks of school supplies for children in Mexico. That same year, we also fundraised for children who were displaced in orphanages during the conflict in Ukraine, so that was another big year for us. In 2023, do you guys remember this? At the Eagle Manager Retreat in Pattaya, we asked you, will you please bring a cuddle toy for children who are in need? And you did. We collected hundreds and hundreds of cuddle toys, and together with volunteers, we were able to take those over to the children and spend some time with them, play with them, and give them these toys that you brought with your love. Then we were able that same year to raise funds to donate a NICU incubator in Greece. This was an important project because in Greece, hospitals aren't able to receive funding from the government, so they rely on donations like this for this life-saving equipment. In 2024, we sponsored a Purple Space after the earthquake that devastated Turkey and Syria, and it was a place for women and children to come to get hygiene kits, counseling, and resources to help rebuild their lives. What's possible for us to achieve. And honestly, I could talk for hours and hours about the impact of these donations and why projects were so important. But with everything that we've done, I still think that we have more to do together. That's why in 2024, we partnered again for another global partnership with Charity Water. And through this, already funded 4 water projects around the world to reach over 2,000 people with clean water. We're going to continue this vital work into 2025 because I believe that there's still more that we can do. We can bring even more people clean water. But since we're here in Paris today, like I said, there's a really special organization that I want to tell you about. Today I want to focus on mécénat chirurgie cardiaque. I'm going to call it MCC. And Forever France has been working with MCC for over 22 years. And through FBO contributions, they've helped save the lives of over 40 children. Now what MCC does is they bring life-saving heart surgeries to the children who need it most. So every child who goes through this goes through the same process. It starts with a diagnosis in their home country. After they have their diagnosis, and by the way, I didn't know this before, but 1 in 100 children are actually born with a heart defect, so it's quite common. And MCC, they work with these families who receive these diagnoses, and they're from countries that maybe don't have like the technology or the medical or financial resources that are needed to perform the surgeries. So the really difficult decision to send their children away from the only home that they've ever known to receive the surgery in France. But when children arrive in France, they're greeted and they're taken in and loved by a host family. And this host family is going to care for this child before and after the surgery. And so they form this really special bond with these children. And I've been lucky to hear a couple of stories of people who have gone through this. So I have with me today a couple of these amazing heroes who have sponsored a couple of these children. So please help me give a warm welcome to some members of our very own Forever community who have helped to save these children's lives. Okay, perfect. So I have here somebody that you all know, Philippe. Philippe, I just wanted to ask you a question because you were the first one, I believe, to foster a child all those years ago when you discovered MCC. Can you tell me a little bit about what you felt when you learned about their mission and what made you decide, like, this is the right partner for Forever France?
I was just five kids, one from Moldova, one from Africa, one from Asia, and the two other from Europe. It was a great experience, but what I understood from that association is that it's giving a second chance in life.
Absolutely.
Quite often, these kids will die. And just a surgery will help them to survive, to have a real life. And Forever, when I joined Forever, I immediately see that Forever is a company with changing lives. So changing lives, giving lives, more or less the same. The connection was done.
Exactly. That totally makes sense. It sounds like it just really dovetailed perfectly with what Forever is all about, which is that love and that giving a second chance in life. Thank you so much. Alban, I wanted to ask you, I know that you hosted a child. Can you tell us a little bit about Kamal?
Yeah, so Kemal was a little baby, 14 months, and he came from Benin. He was like very weak when coming in France, and he was like for 2 months, and now he's a big boy.
Yeah. So you had him for how long? Like about 2 months?
I switch in French. Okay?
Yes, go ahead.
Oui, voilà, c'est ça. Je l'ai gardé pendant 2 mois.
C'était tout le monde, ça peut.
Yeah, donc en fait, il y a une première partie post-opératoire et puis ensuite il se fait opérer. Il y a une période de convalescence.
The first part before the surgery, then you get to the hospital for the surgery, and then there is a post-surgery period.
Et il y a un certain nombre de semaines où il reste à la maison pour vérifier que tout va bien.
And you stay at home for a few weeks to make sure everything is okay.
Okay.
Avant de repartir. Voilà.
And Alban, tell me, I hear a lot about the difference before the child has the surgery and after. Can you tell me a little bit about, like, what was Kamal like before he received the surgery, when he still was experiencing this heart defect, and what was the difference that you noticed afterward?
Il y a eu beaucoup de différences avant et après la chirurgie. Il y a eu des différences physiques. Quand il est arrivé, c'était un petit garçon très fragile, très maigre.
Many differences before and after. When he arrived, he was very thin and very weak.
Il avait que 2 dents.
He had only 2 teeth.
Et il n'arrivait pas à tenir debout, c'était très compliqué pour lui.
He couldn't stand up.
Et puis il s'est fait opérer.
And then surgery.
Et alors c'est passé d'un petit bébé à un petit garçon.
So he moved from a small baby to a small child, small boy.
Qui a appris à tenir sa cuillère tout seul pour manger.
Who learned to eat alone with a spoon.
Qui a appris à marcher.
Who learned to walk.
Qui a appris à parler un petit peu.
And learned to speak.
Donc il s'est découvert aussi intérieurement. C'est-à-dire qu'avant la chirurgie, c'était un enfant très timide, très éteint.
So he also changed mentally because before he was very shy, very quiet.
Et puis après la chirurgie, il s'est découvert, je crois. Et moi aussi, j'ai découvert un vrai petit garçon.
And after the surgery, he discovered himself. He was a real boy who was jumping everywhere.
Yeah, that's amazing. So he went from not even being able to stand to being able to play like a normal child, to have the normal experience, to grow that confidence, it sounds like. Yeah, that's amazing.
Exactement. Et puis, pour terminer, maintenant je peux le dire, c'est un petit garçon qui grandit comme les autres. Il va avoir 5 ans le mois prochain.
Now he's growing like all other kids in the world. He will have 5 years next year, next month.
Exactly. Il joue au foot à l'école.
He's playing soccer.
Il fait du vélo à la maison.
He's riding a bicycle.
Entouré de ses proches.
He has his friends, his home, his family.
Je peux le dire aujourd'hui, ses proches, c'est une part de ma famille à moi.
So his parents, his relatives, is part of our family.
Wow, thank you so much, Alban.
Merci, Syrah.
Eve, I wanted to ask you, because I know that you also have participated in this program, how many children have you been able to have the experience to foster?
We had 3 children in home.
3?
3, yes.
Wow.
Very different. One stayed a very short period of time because surgery went really well and gone after 2 weeks. One very long. She had to stay 6 months at home.
Oh, wow.
All in the hospital and us visiting her at the hospital.
Yeah, wow. Okay. And I understand, I had the chance to go visit MCC earlier this week. And from what I understand about their program, it's not just giving the child the heart surgery and sending them home. I know that most of their work is actually about lifetime care. It's about going and making sure that they can have access to go to the doctor's office for visits and to get the medication that they need. Eve, have you been able to stay in touch with any of the children that you host?
Yeah, we are still staying with one of them. The 2 of them, we have lost the connection because sometimes they live in a very remote place.
Yeah.
Where it's very difficult to keep the contact, but one of them, we are her sponsor. So we send a very small amount of money every month, and with this amount of money, we can make sure that she goes to school, she will learn a job, and she will be able to have maybe a safer job than if she was just a peasant like her father was.
Yeah.
So it's something we do, and we also sponsor a kid that didn't come home, but you can sponsor. I mean, I talked to the French guy. If you don't, you cannot take someone home, even if it's a really incredible project for you, for your family, and for your team as well. You can sponsor a kid. And you get the connection, you get the picture once from the time where they work, and it's great.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Now, Isabel, I want to come to you next. I understand that your team, the Eagle team, right, came together and they fundraised. Eagle team, I hear you. The Eagle team came together to fundraise 12,000 euros to sponsor the surgery for one child, which is really amazing. So, Isabel, I want to ask you, tell me a little bit about what inspired you to get involved and how you were able to do the fundraising.
Alors, tout d'abord, j'ai connu le mécénat grâce à Forever, puisque chaque année Forever verse de l'argent.
So because Forever is collecting money from the OBO from France and send money to MCC, to mécénat.
Et donc, personnellement, j'aurais aimé être famille d'accueil, mais c'était pas possible parce que j'habite trop loin d'un centre hospitalier.
So she would have loved to be a family to foster a kid, but she was living too far away from the hospital, so she couldn't do it herself.
Et donc, quand on a un problème, et ben, qu'on peut pas rentrer par la porte, eh bien, il rentre par la fenêtre.
So when you cannot enter through the door, you just enter through the window.
Et je me suis dit, bah voilà, il faut aller chercher 12 000 euros, c'est aussi une façon d'aider un enfant.
So we have to find 12,000 euros, which is another way to help a child, to save a child.
Donc bah, je me suis dit, il faut s'atteler, donc j'ai présenté mon projet à l'équipe Eagle Team, qui a été très contente de participer.
So she presented the project to her team, the Eagle team, who are really happy to participate to this great project.
Alors 12 000 euros, c'est beaucoup, mais finalement, divisé sur un réseau de 100-200 personnes, ça fait vraiment pas beaucoup, 10 euros par mois.
So 12,000 euros, it looks a lot, but if you divide that with 100 people from your team, and you pay that every month, it's not much. It's 10 euros by month, maybe.
Pour sauver une vie, c'est pas beaucoup.
To save a life, it's nothing.
Et donc la raison, ce qui était important de faire ça, c'est que ça a vraiment donné du sens à notre métier chez Forever.
So it gives a lot of meaning to our job, to our work at Forever.
Et faire ça en équipe, c'était ça a augmenté la cohésion, le momentum d'équipe.
And do that within your team, it creates the connection within the team, momentum within the team.
Ça a permis aux gens de s'engager aussi sur une belle cause.
So people have to commit to this very interesting cause.
Ça a fait sauter le syndrome de l'imposteur pour certains.
So maybe it kills the syndrome of people saying that they were not really in the right place to be and never feel really the right place to be.
Ça a donné un vrai sens à ce que l'on faisait au quotidien à travers les produits Forever, mais pour sauver un enfant.
To give a lot of meaning to what they were doing daily through the projects, helping people to make more money of it, but also to save a life.
La créativité des entrepreneurs parce qu'ils devaient trouver des idées pour aller chercher des fonds.
It increased the creativity of our network because they had to find how to raise the funds.
Et quand on est engagé et qu'on a un vrai pourquoi et quand on voit ce qu'on peut faire à la fin, eh bien, on ne réfléchit pas, on y va. C'est comme l'objectif chez Fire.
So when you are really committed and when you have a real why to do something, why doing this project, then it creates a lot of
Et je dirais que
passion.
pour finir, quand on a eu la chance de pouvoir rencontrer Maël, qui est sur l'écran, on a eu la chance de rencontrer cet enfant dans sa famille d'accueil juste avant qu'il reparte.
So when you are lucky to meet Maël, the child that was saved by this 12,000 euros just before she went back home.
C'est un petit garçon de 1 an qui venait du Burundi.
So he was 1 year old when he was coming from Burundi.
Et qui est arrivé, comme l'a dit Alba, très fatigué, très essoufflé. Et nous, quand on l'a vu, il marchait à 4 pattes, il était heureux, souriant. Donc, je ne sais pas ce qu'on peut dire de plus que, sincèrement, participer pour cette belle cause.
When he came out, he was walking and he was very happy and smiling and playing. And so the only thing we can say is thank you to listener and to this great idea.
C'est une aventure juste extraordinaire qui est très enrichissante personnellement, mais aussi en équipe. Et on a quelque chose de très beau.
So it's a great adventure will reach you personally and reach all your team. So you can do it with your team.
Merci les belles teams. Et on recommence cette année.
We're doing it again this year.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and for sharing, all of you, for sharing your passion about it. I think we can all feel the love that you have for these children. And ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together one more time for our heroes. Thank you guys. Okay, you guys, so you've heard a little bit about this organization, how it works, how the children come. You've heard a little bit about the difference. And now we're going to put a QR code up on the screen for you. You guys can make a difference right now, today, by scanning this QR code and giving what you're able. Before I go, there's one more thing I want to share with you, because the truth is, it's not so easy sometimes to talk about these projects and to understand how impactful they really are. But we have a special video for you, and I think it's really going to help you understand what a big difference these projects make. MCC is such an amazing organization, and the work that they're doing is truly life-saving. You guys can support us in a couple ways. If you've already bought an Owl Baby at the Rally store, that's one way that you can help support. If you bought a Power of Forever's The Power of Love bracelet, that's another way. And lastly, we have a couple stickers in the Rally store. When you guys buy those stickers, we have a special wall outside with a big heart on it. And what we want you to do is to help us fill up this heart with stickers. So next time you're in the store, when you're checking out, make sure you take a sticker and make sure you find our Power of Forever is the Power of Love heart wall. And put your sticker there to show that you're helping to bring a new heart to children around the world. I have one video that I want to leave you with because I think it's going to help you understand how amazing this progress is. As Helen Keller once said, the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They have to be felt with the heart. Thank you.
How to be brave? How can I love when I'm afraid to fall? Watching you stand alone. All of my doubt suddenly goes away somehow. Don't be afraid, I have loved you for 1,000 years. Love you for 1,000 One step closer. One step closer. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I love you for 1,000 years. All along, I believed I would find you. Time has gotten hard to me. I have loved you for 1,000 years.
Je veux juste vivre, je veux faire être blanc, si tu m'aimes vraiment. Je veux décrocher la lune, je veux faire la photo, si tu m'aimes vraiment. Je veux mes amis, si tu m'aimes. Oh, je ferai n'importe quoi si tu m'aimes. Mon Dieu, si un jour la vie prend la chambre, si tu seras si tu m'aimes, comme one jour, mais aussi nous avons l'éternité.
so proud. I didn't think this was going to happen. This is my daughter. In 31 years, forever, I missed one rally. That was last year in India because she was on American Idol. She was on it for a long time. Now you were there, now you're here in Paris. How has this journey been for you?
This journey, I have the best family and the best friends in the whole world and so much support in every single corner. And now I'm finally seeing at one of the rallies, and I'm a forever baby, and so I've just, been waiting my whole life to do something like this, especially in France. It's amazing.
Wow. Well, you've been a product of the product your whole life. What's your favorite product?
Bits and peaches before they took the bits out.
Bits and peaches?
We took the bits out.
Yeah, but you still like it.
It's going to be fab now.
Fab, all right, fab. All right, well, let's hear it. Give it up for McKenna Bryan-Holt.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. All right. Thank you all for letting me have my proud daddy moment. It's amazing, what Forever does and what Forever gives back. The opportunity that we all have to give back. Forever has been changing lives for 47 years, but we're just getting started. When you think about what we've done, and you hear Greg talk about his vision for the future, it's clear that we know where we're going. But it takes someone really special to take charge and to take the lead. Wouldn't you agree? When right now, actually in Forever, we have that person. You all know him. He's been to many of your countries. But it really takes a great leader to marry his experience with Greg's vision and to really take us to where we know we can go. We've seen greatness here on stage today. We've seen Marina, who in 3 years has done something that maybe no one's ever done. We've seen Honami do something that nobody has ever done. But right now we have a great leader that brings passion, brings energy, but most importantly, his authenticity to everything that he does. It's an honor to be able to work with him every day, to learn from him. He travels the world. He goes to your countries. He sends more personal notes than anyone I know, all while mentoring our next leaders in Forever. He's always present, always listening, and of course, always pushing us to be excellent. But you know what? Always, always, always in the center of everything is you, the FBO. So let's give it up to our president, Aiden O'Hare.
As we dance amongst the temple, let us reflect on who we are and where we all come from. We are the light within, so brightly for all the world to see. This light within is timeless, and it goes far back as the jungles of Acapulco to the great mountains of Sierra Torre. We are mere seeds of the universe, waiting to be born into a realm not yet seen, but felt within our hearts. Like the leaves from the river of time, we drift from civilization to civilization, carrying with us a message of love, a message of peace, a message of truth. And all you have to do is look within, and there you will find everything that you've been looking for. It's all about the change. Please, put your hands together for your president, Aiden O'Hare. It's all about the change. It's all about the change.
Thank you. Merci beaucoup for all of our French friends. Dankeschön to our German friends. Arigato gozaimasu to all our Japanese friends. Cheers, mate, to all our English friends. Yeah! And if you want to, if you're worried about sitting up there, call Nick. I'll give you his phone number and you can call him tonight at 12 o'clock. He loves to hear from you. Hey, it's brilliant to be here. You having a good time in the rally? Hey, were you surprised when you found out that amazing, beautiful, talented French singer was actually Garen and Lisa's daughter? Were you surprised? I know. It was amazing, and she's so talented, and I think the French will have to tell me, but it sounded amazing to me. I think her French was great. We don't know. And I noticed that she worked so hard to learn how to sing in French for you. And it's just amazing. And I can't see Lisa. She's out here somewhere. But before the end of the show, we'll make sure that you get to meet her mom as well, because her mom is here. And I know that she had a lot more to do with her success than Garen did. So we want to make sure we recognize her. Let's have that first slide. I want to ask a question real quick, if that's okay. And I want you to think for just a minute, how do you feel in this moment? How do you feel? Because here you are, you've worked for 12 months. Most of you worked for 12 months non-stop, day in, day out, to qualify to be at this rally experience. And here you are in Paris, France. For some of you, this entire trip was funded by the company. That wasn't easy. It was hard work, and you dedicated a year of your life and before in order to achieve that. So my question is, I want you to think for a second, how do I feel? Because you should feel brilliant. You should feel like a champ. You should feel amazing. Now, if you qualified for the other incentives that brought you here, fantastic. You still won the challenge. And that is what we're going to talk about for just a few minutes here today. And I don't want to be self-indulgent, which is crazy when you're standing on a stage in front of 10,000, 13,000 people, but I want you to bear with me for a second. Would you mind if I told you a little bit about my story? Would that be okay? And the reason I want to tell you a little bit about my story is I think it's the same as your story. I think it's the same. Because not long ago, about 28, 29 years ago, I met a fella, a bloke. In England, we